What's crack? How's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Hope we're all doing well. Today we are ranking every single Irish television show ever. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Here's some of my favorite comments from the last couple of videos, and let's get straight into the video. I'm gonna put this tier list in the comments down below. Fill it out, do it yourself, and if you submit that to our Discord, I'll put it into our next video. There's a link in the description down below to all that. And for the fifth time, let's get straight into the video. So, our tier list contains of the finest television you will ever see in the country of Ireland. Next in is bingeable. You'd watch it again. You'd go back and watch it often. Grand out kind of means you'd watch it once, grand out, you have your opinion and move on. You never watch it again. Like gay porn. Fairly shite, kind of how the British people look at Mrs. Brown's Boys every Christmas morning. Finally then we have pure shite. This is the worst bit of content the country's ever produced. If you're watching it, you're probably disabled and you're stuck in a nursing home watching this on the RTE. But look on the bright side, the government paid for it. So first off, we have Ireland's Got Talent. One of the worst TV shows I've ever seen. Let me rephrase that. One of the worst adaptations to a great series I've ever seen in my life. So Britain's Got Talent was class. America's Got Talent was class. But because you have Simon Cowell and Americans who are fat to think they can sing. In this one, you have fellas from the likes of my Ross and all the rough parts of Dublin coming in, dancing and talking about their talent and stuff, and it's just shite. Ireland's Got Talent wasn't great. It wasn't the best thing ever. It really wasn't. Jason Byrne I thought was cool. Fun little fact about Jason Byrne. When I was doing Fortnite, I was a professional Irish Fortnite conductor of tournaments. I was like a train driver just without the whistle. Like a girl in a nightclub with the whistle. Sorry. Most of them want to be spiked anyway. Right, so Ireland's Got Talent. Jason Byrne, he had the owl fucking... I swear she was a transvestite or whatever the fuck was wrong with her on the left. The one on the right, I couldn't tell you her name if I tried. I've watched all the Irish Got Talent. I couldn't remember her name. I did a full reaction to this on the channel as well, by the way, if you want to check it out. But anyway, Jason Byrne, basically, he messaged me on Twitter like 3 or 4 years back when I was doing Fortnite tournaments and all that crack. And his son watched the videos and watched the content. So big up Jason Byrne. Just for that alone, I'll put it into grand out. But to be honest with you, I would have put it into fairly shit. Louis Walsh is not the guy, you know, up the LGBTs. Now, next up, another one that I would not be massively mad about, but it's quite good. Irish Gogglebox. I've like little stories for all these things. Irish Gogglebox, we did a series well on the channel about 3 years ago. Can't believe it's that fucking long ago. Basically, we got like a load of Irish content creators together who were fairly big enough in the scene. We got them to react to like a load of clips that are like recent, like the Love Island and all that crack. I thought it was fucking good. Although that was an amazing series, the original Irish Gogglebox is not the best. No, it's grand. It's full of culture humour, Irish humour. There's people drinking tea with no fucking socks on. It's a great time. I'd be lying if I said, if it comes on the television there on a Saturday night, I won't lie to you, I'm watching it. So it's bingeable. I don't know if it's still going actually, it probably is. It's a massive cash cow. For all its faults, it is quite good. Now, next up is Ireland's Fittest Families. In fairness, in comparison to the likes of the Americanos, we're quite an active country. We're all about the riots and trying to kill our Prime Minister. It's fucking great. I love treason. Ireland's Fittest Families was like it was like 2 o'clock in the day television. It wasn't the worst. It wasn't the best. I think one of my teachers back in secondary school was actually on the show. Fucking fair play to him. I actually have a little clip if you want to watch it. Just boys running through the mud. You stick a GoPro on the top of an Irish fella's head. It is fucking great cinema. Now, I know a lot of people who really love this show, so I'm not going to berate it too much. I wouldn't watch it a lot, to be honest with you, or even if at all. But it's grand. I feel like it would have done a lot better in a different country, Australia or something. Again, it's alright. I wouldn't watch it a lot. Would I put it in fairly shite? I wouldn't watch it again. I doubt other people would watch it again. It's for a very specific family and a very specific demographic. It's kind of like something you'd watch with the whole family and the grandparents are there, wishing they could still shag, but they can't without tablets. Put it into fairly shite because I can't watch without tablets either. Next up is Killing a Scully. Now, I've never seen the show in my life. I never knew it existed, but it is part of Irish folklore. It's written by Pat Short. It's set in the middle of Ireland in like an old fella's pub. It's like watching The Field with Bull McCabe and the boys.
We're fine, thank you, but we're looking for Willie.
So you can kind of tell straight away what we're looking at, what we're watching. A bunch of Germans walk into a bar. I feel like the start of a great joke. A bunch of German lads walking with their Frankfurters out, and the Irish lads say, stop taking the mick.
Well, that was fucking dreadful.
To stay where you are and have a small one.
Well,
Here, I get this. What are you having?
no, thank you, we're fine.
No, in fairness now, these boys were marvellous, lugging bags of plaster around the countryside for me today. Fair play. What do you have, lads?
2 schnapps.
The fuck?
We don't sell crisps.
2 bellies with ice.
You'll have to go to the lounge for the ladies' drinks.
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
We have no Baileys. We have no ice.
Well, in that case, we'll have 2 of your small Guinnesses.
Fair play, sure. That'll put hair in your chest.
So Killing a Scully, I feel like if it came out today, it wouldn't have been appreciated. It's definitely a show that when the televisions weren't as advanced back 30 years ago, it was a great little series. I put it into grand out. I would rate it in the same breath of air as like Hardy Bucks, just not as funny. And now a word from our sponsor, Surfshark VPN, for all your surfsharking needs. This video is brought to you by Surfshark. Surfshark is a VPN or a virtual private network that allows you to browse the internet safely without being tracked by internet providers. It also hides your IP address and location. Surfshark uses next level encryption so nobody can steal your data. Surfshark also blocks ads and malware that can harm your computer with viruses, allowing peace of mind when browsing the web. My favorite feature personally with Surfshark VPN is being able to watch content from other countries, for example The Zone for fighting, watching the UFC or the boxing, or if you get bored of UK Netflix for example, you can go over and watch the US catalogue, all with a click of a button from your browser. You can get Surfshark VPN using the link in the description, the very first link down below. Also use code JakeMB for 83% off and 3 months extra free. Go check it out, it really supports the channel and supports the content. Massive deal going on just for you guys watching the video. Click the link down in the description down below, go check it out, and let's get back to the video. Next up is old Father Ted. Now Father Ted is literally what has defined an era in this country. During famine and depression and AIDS in this country, Father Ted was the constant until he died, and then they made a fucking house about him up in Clare. Father Ted is the finest bit of television you'll find in the country. It is one of the best shows without doubt Ireland's ever produced. Now it's not really something you'd watch if you're not from Ireland, but the Irish people love it. I hear you're a racist now, Father Ted will live on for the next 30 or 40 years. And not to say, I think it gave the priests a great name back in the day. The Catholic priests were awfully fucking unkind to little children. Altar boys, we'd call them down the south. It gave them a great name. And to this day, paedophilia still continues in the Catholic Church. Next up is first dates in Ireland. Now, I wouldn't lie to you, when it comes on the television I do watch it. I would endeavour in the first dates of Ireland, but it's basically a load of antisocial fuckwits talking about how they can't get women or men and they're alone and they eat a lot and they're great at cooking but they're fucking shite at everything else. So it's basically these blind dates. Two people walk in, a complete random. I don't know how random it is, to be honest with you. They come in, they talk. It's usually the most gobble gobble wank wank
That's nice.
shite you'll ever listen to in your entire life. And that includes watching Fair City. Now, this is a random clip I've picked out. A complete random. I haven't fucking looked for these at all.
I actually lost a ton of weight. They think I was celiac since I was a kid. Because there was a huge gluten-free fad.
Joseph from Donegal.
I'm a software engineer.
Okay, right.
Well, like, that's my day job, but like, I have 3 kids as well, so.
You 3 kids?
Jeez, you fucking plucking them out. The fucking, the bartender is always the best part of the show, I think. I feel embarrassed whenever this comes on television and it's on, I'll just watch it. When you get somebody from the countryside, like in the back arse of Ballina, from the back arse of Ballina, when you introduce them to a cocktail, they generally do think it's something to do with gay sex. It's like fucking Angelina Jolie.
They're just waiting until women say something to
At least we don't talk like this and we're so shy. Fuck off! The only good thing about fucking going out with a Chinese one is you get a mighty spice bag.
But in Korea, it calls like.
Oh, she's Korean. How the fuck is I supposed to know that?
So you're my date?
Yes.
Okay. I wasn't sure.
Where are you from?
I'm from Korea.
Korea? Okay.
Yeah. You?
From here.
Yeah. In Dublin.
I might have to do a full video going through this because this is fucking brilliant. Let me know in the comments down below if you want to see a full Irish rewind to first dates Ireland.
Okay, I'm a software engineer. Also in
Okay,
tech.
so.
That was like the most. I'm a software engineer. I have a massive cock. Anything's massive to her, you know what I mean?
Would you like another?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
You tell them the noise.
Hitler behind the bars is fucking trying to get him pitched. I had to bring in an example because, like, I wouldn't imagine a lot of you have watched it. It's more of something you'd watch when you're about 20 to 30, maybe 65 with no children and 5 cats. But I won't lie to you, if I'm putting Gogglebox and Bingeable and putting first dates up there as well, by God, I might do a full video reacting to that because, to be honest with you, whenever I've seen clips of it, it's fucking brilliant. As in, it's so bad, it's funny. Do you know what I start the way? Like my videos. Next up on the shite list, Normal People. Now, this was like a sort of a Netflixy attempt from the RT. I think it's actually BBC that does it. This came out during COVID. People watched it like fucking crazy and thought it was the best thing ever because it was a drama based in Ireland and the cameras and the lights were fucking brilliant, which is rare for an Irish TV show. I wouldn't watch it myself, but that's not to say it's not a good show. Now, I watched the first couple of episodes. I thought it was fairly boring. It's something you'd watch maybe when you're 35, 40, going through menopause. It's like 50 Shades of Grey, only without the sex, without the nudity, and why else would you watch 50 Shades of Grey? I put it into fairly shite. Next up, Mrs. Brown's Boys. I know it's not about Abdullah in the sands of Morocco. Look, Mrs. Brown's Boys will always have a beautiful place in my heart.
That's nice.
Now, often I would have put herself into the top spot beside Father Ted. Upon reconciliation, although it probably is my favorite Irish TV show, from a non-biased point of view, it's gone downhill so much. Like, I would base it off of the movie. and the original 3 seasons of the show. Everything after that, we'll say with the Christmas specials on it, it's been fairly shite. It's been wank like. If we're basing off of the first 3 seasons, I'd throw her into the top spot. If we're basing it off of everything since 2014, I'd probably put it into fairly shite, to be honest with you. I've done a full video reacting to Mrs. Brown's Boys, so I won't get into it too much in depth, but
Mick is a homo? Really, the book says you're not allowed to say that. It's not politically correct. What do you say then? I don't know. Queer, I think.
so look, I'll be honest, if we're based off of the first 3 seasons and the movie, it is one of the most elite Irish TV shows that has ever been produced, but looking back at it now, I don't think it's as funny as what I thought it was. I've just invented a new tier. So I put it underneath Father Ted, but I put it above the rest. Next up, the Maura and Dahi show. Again, it's on television every fucking day. It's like the Good Morning Britain, just without the pedophiles. My grandmother watched it. Do you know, that sort of way 60 up would watch it, you know? I have to put it in grand out, because people watch it, it's recognised, it's a good show. They have the cooking segments on that crack. I like it. Next up, Derry Girls. I'm going to annoy a lot of people from the north of Ireland with this comment. I think it's shit. I don't like it. I've done a video reacting to it, but I reacted to the best moments. I've seen the first season and a bit of the second season, and I have to be honest, I just stopped watching it. I couldn't be fucked with it. I thought it was cool, it was funny for a while, it was a bit niche, but my Christ almighty, it doesn't touch Father Ted, it actually doesn't even touch Mrs. Brown's Boys. I put it into the same tier as Bingeable, and I haven't even seen the new season. Again, I did a reaction video to it on YouTube. It's okay, I wouldn't go back and watch it again, really. Next up, Hardy Bucks. Fuck me, what a show. Story dick clips, are you well because you're looking well. Hardy Bucks, without shadow of a doubt. I want to do a part 2 to my videos I did in it. I think it's an amazing show. The humour in it is spot on. It inspired a generation of, we'll say, 15 to 30 year olds. It was just brilliant. Really, really good show. If you haven't watched it, it's the one out of all this list I'd highly recommend watching, going back watching if you haven't seen it, or if you haven't watched it in a while. The reaction video I did to it on YouTube, I haven't laughed as so much since. That's probably due to manic depression and a failing YouTube career, but you get what I'm saying. It's a fucking great show. Next up, Home Rescue. We're on to the last 3 now. Home Rescue, again, when it's on I watch it. Who doesn't like watching derelict homes be built into mansions? Second last, The Late Late Show. Including the Toy Show, you'd probably put it up into a savage bit of kit. Without it, this new Kylie fella, I actually like him more than Tuberty. I think the biggest thing to The Late Late Show, the older audience will watch it, but I'd only watch it now if a special guest was on it. Because of podcasts and long form content, I think this medium is dying anyway, but because it's Ireland's kind of only chat show, I'd put it just above Tommy Tiernan's because of the stature and how long it's been going, and because it still has a very good audience. It still runs the RT like. Last but definitely not least, The Young Offenders.
Hi, how's it going?
Now, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away in Mahon Point in Cork, I would have thrown The Young Offenders into probably a savage bit of kit beside Mrs. Brown's Boys. Exponentially funnier, because the people in the series are dumb, but the story is what you watch. So it's not just comedy mixed in with a shit story, it's comedy mixed in with a great story with great characters. Shane Casey, who plays Billy Murphy, I've had the pleasure of talking to him before. Absolutely fucking brilliant show. A brilliant character. I'm Billy Murphy. When I was in secondary school, this is the reason why I got suspended 3 times. Unreal. I have to say, I'd put it into the finest bit of television ever created. One of my favourite shows of all time. And with that being said, that's our tier list. So the finest bit of television, we have Father Ted, Hardy Bucks and Young Offenders. I don't think anything comes close to that. Let me know in the comments down below if you would put anything above them or near them. I personally wouldn't. I think everything else is kind of fairly placed. Underneath it then, I couldn't find a place for Mrs. Brown's Boys, just above the rest of the pack. It's like the horse you put as favourite, but then he has a cramp halfway through and he has a little gammy leg, and the horse is fucking just as bad because the jockey, they're short. Bingeable then, we've kind of all the classic RT shows: Gogglebox, First Dates, Moone Boy, Derry Girls, probably the only controversial one on the list, The Late Late Show, Home Rescue, Grand Out, which is fairly watchable but you wouldn't go back and watch it, Ireland's Got Talent, I'd nearly put that in pure wank to be honest with you, Killing the Scully, The Tommy Tiernan Show, and Maura and Dahi. Fairly shite. Ireland's Fit the Families, I didn't think it hit the mark at all, and Normal People, I haven't really watched a lot of it, so I'm kind of being a bit unfair with that. And purely shite, Fair Shitty. Now with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, make sure to check out our sponsor Surfshark in the description down below, and without further ado, I keep saying that, it's like I've been watching Schindler's List. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to drop a like. I'll talk to you on the next one. Shlanga Fol. Good luck and God bless.